Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to Runt9 Looks at Teamfight Manager. Teamfight Manager is a neat simulation auto-battler game that came out, I think, only like a couple weeks ago. First popped up on my radar when Northern Lion found it during a Lion's Den segment, and then Adrian, longtime friend, follower of the stream, moderator here, suggested it to me as well, and usually when Adrian says you'll like this game, he tends to be right. And so I looked at what it had going on. It's got a lot of management aspects, a lot of deep mechanics, and it's got some neat auto-battler stuff with some very pretty pixel art. So it seems like it would be 100% up my alley. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to click new game and see what happens. If I can find where my mouse is. There it is. And so from my understanding, it's basically you are managing an eSports team, and they are playing as the characters, and so there's like multiple levels of meta going on here. So we'll read the introduction because I think it's kind of important to know what the background is of the game. Teamfight Arena became a worldwide sensation, gaining huge popularity. What about that game where you managed a facility with these weird monsters you had to like research and your people went insane and stuff? That was a Lobotomy Corporation, and Adrian said I probably wasn't going to like it, but he wanted to see me play it for a long time. He knew going in that I probably wasn't going to like it. I clicked, I didn't read that. Game was also sensation, pro sports, age of 18. I debuted as a pro gamer. During 10 years, I haven't lost the world champion title once. So is this just like the story of Faker? After retiring from pro gaming, I coached professional teams for another 10 years. Still have never lost the world championship title. Amazing to see the numerous trophies. Okay, so, you know, you're good at being a gamer. Okay. How skip? Okay, train the lowest ranked amateur team and help them win the world championship. Okay, so you go right into team creation, and I mean, you guys already know what this is gonna be. We're Team Bonbon. Coach name, or actually... Alright, Adrian, you get to decide. Is the team name gonna include Bonbon, or is our coach named Bonbon? While you're doing that, I'll look through the logos and see if we can't find something that looks good. Is that basically just Fnatic's logo? That's Cloud9. Okay, so these are like actual real esports teams. Let's see here. Probably 3K P-Star. BWM, it's literally just the M and W switched. That's pretty hilarious. All the logos are just wrong enough. Yeah. Like Reddit, but colored slightly differently. Team should be Bonbon. Alright, I like this logo, and... I mean, it's gotta be orange. Honestly, just give me Fnatic's logo. I've always enjoyed it. So it's Team Bonbon, and the coach will be Runt, and coach appearance, I mean, it's just, that's fine. I got brown hair, kind of shaggy. That'll work. Don't want to spend too much time on the customization, because it's a management sim game, so there's going to be a lot of mechanics to get through. Runt, who holds the record for most wins, sent shockwaves through the world by being appointed the Amateur League Team Bonbon team's coach, made a promise to lead them to championing the World Championship. Team Bonbon. You can enhance the player stats through training. There are training points that can be allocated to each player, and you can train the players by investing the points on stats you want to improve. The more training points you allocate, the faster they improve. Training takes place automatically over time based on the points you've allocated. Starting from this week, you can freely recruit players until week 2 of February. Okay. This is turn-based, it looks like. Okay, this has a red dot on it, so I'm going to assume that this is what it wants us to do. Please tell me that wasn't the whole tutorial. Also, let's try to put the camera probably down in the bottom right, like down here will work. I think this will be okay. So we've got Smoothie, Zazal, Quad, and Aiming. So you've got Attack, Defense, Swordsman, Archer, and New Champion. Zazal is a Priestess or Monk, Quad is Knight or Fighter, and Pyromancer or Shrine Maiden. I mean, we're gonna want someone who can run in and be a little tanky. So how about we get you trained up in Knight a little bit? Oh, it's 3 points per player. Okay, so we'll train you up 2 in Knight and 1 in defense. Zazal, why don't we give you 2 attack, 1 monk. Smoothie, you can be a little bit well-rounded. 1 swordsman, 1 archer, 1 attack, and then aiming. Why don't you start working on a new champion? Because I don't know how attack and defense work too well with what appear to be spellcasters. Okay, so I did a thing. Is that the whole tutorial, Adrian? Because if that's the whole tutorial, this is going to be a little bit rough trying to get through the mechanics in a 30-minute looks at episode. We've got our squad. Condition is going down. There's more? Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that it wanted us to just train and then proceed. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. Recruiting is the easiest way to increase a team's capabilities. It allows you to search for good players that can immediately contribute, rising stars with a bright future, etc. Which means I'm probably going to always go for people that are terrible but have great potential, because that's what I always do in games like this. It's difficult to get good results without recruiting appropriately. If you haven't tried, try it out to strengthen your team. Best way to understand capability after being newly appointed is play a match. Choose an appropriate team before the season starts and request the team for a practice match. So we need to scrim somebody. Why don't we try to scrim now Mad Gaming? That should be fine. So let's take a look at our team. Okay, so it just trains the XP based on points allocated. That's actually what it told me. So we can search for local talent, scout dispatch, and then so we unlock all of those later. So basically, find people in the local area. They possess skills of highly ranked players in the amateur league. Costs 10 gold, takes 2 calendar days. Seems fine. We'll go ahead and get that started. So that has a very similar vibe. God, what was the management game we played recently that was like that? I guess maybe that is Football Tactics and Glory that I'm thinking of. But this is just a quick view of our squad. We've got renewal fees, Team 2 squad, all that. I love the prison. This does look like a prison, if that's what you're talking about. We've got a message box, competition, champion information. Okay, there's some stuff to figure out there later. Then system, we already checked the options, save and to title. Okay, so let's click to the stadium and see what happens. We did training and we did recruitment, and I'm gonna just do what the tutorial tells me. We're gonna load onto a flatbed truck to go to our first match. Or practice match. Lots of people here. I do not think that this is properly socially distanced. I can't see their faces, so I don't know if they're wearing masks. A match consists of several sets. Teams will switch between the red and blue side to play each set. I have no idea what game this is based off of. No idea whatsoever. Each set consists of 4 steps: selecting players, ban and pick of champions, champion swapping, and finally the match itself. I like how the meta changes between games. Like in my game, Monk was OP. There's a literal Lee Sin. I mean, that's pretty fun. It's time to select your players. In this step, you can choose players on your team who will participate in the corresponding set. So we can only choose 2 players. Only choose 2 players. Okay. So we've got better stats on our team than they do. I do not know what the champion icons are yet, but I mean, why don't we choose? I think that, yeah, you're the one with a knight, and then I think this one is the monk. So yeah, we'll do that. View traits. Okay, traits don't do anything. Those are preferred champions. Okay. So we choose 2 players, at least in this particular case. Blue team is picking the champion to ban. After choosing the players, proceed to the ban and pick of champions. There's a banning and picking stage. Banning stage allows you to select a champion you want to ban for the corresponding set. Picking stage allows you to select what you want from the set, apart from those that have been banned. If you match the champions to your likings, you get bonus stats. That makes sense. People are obviously going to feel more comfortable on champions that are in their comfort zone. So I'm currently covering up one of the ban slots. Why don't we try putting the camera down here, maybe? We'll find somewhere that works. And I might be covering up some stuff in battle. We'll see. It's your turn to ban a champion. Return to the champion mastery and player stats to select a champion you want to ban. So we don't want to ban Knight, Fighter, Monk, or Priestess if we can. So 2 of them like Swordsman. So if we ban Swordsman, that's a comfort champion for 2 of them. I feel like that's a solid ban. So they banned Fighter, unsurprisingly. I don't know why they banned Ninja, but sure. We need to pick... Or they chose Fighter. Need to pick a champion. So why don't we choose Knight for quad? Get on your most comfortable champion, and then Priestess is open as well. Why don't we choose Priestess? Now, granted, we only have 2 of the Holy Trinity. We have a tank and a healer, so I don't know if we have any damage. We'll see. Priestess is garbage? I mean, you don't know. Next is champion swapping. Each player has a different level of champion mastery, so arrange champions in a way that will allow them to bring out the full potential. I don't need to swap. We're good. Now the match will proceed. They'll be played out for 1 minute with the champions that have been picked, and the team that gets the most kills wins. And so at this point, this is just purely an auto battler that we get to watch, right? Okay, so yes, as expected, we do a grand total of 0 damage. I'm shocked. But it's really difficult for them to kill quad when it's a tank supported by a healer. There's quad. Okay, quad finally went down. She cannot deal damage, which is a big no-no. Yeah, so I'm kind of finding that out when I'm playing Time Break Chronicles, is an all-damage team works about 1 billion times better than an all-tank team, because if you can't kill the enemies, then they're going to kill you, no matter how much healing you have. So, Shay is currently 0-2, and Illusion is 1-0. We've got 0-0-2 for Zazal and 2-1 on quad. So we are up by 1. We did get the win of the practice set. You got lucky they didn't choose Ninja. They did ban Ninja, actually. You can now use the equipment. You can acquire them by crafting them or by meeting certain conditions, and once you equip them, the equipment effect will be applied to all the players in the team. You've acquired the hoodie equipment. Check it out in management equipment. Player aiming completed mastering the champion mastery of a new champion. Okay, that is not player aiming. It's the player whose name is aiming. Okay. They've mastered a champion of a new champion. Check it out on the training screen. So training screen, aiming has added Ninja. Well, I have heard that Ninja is good. Why don't we back that down by 1 and get a little attack going? Management equipment. So we have cheap headset. Oh my god. All right, yeah, there's some depth here. Looks like there's different rarities of equipment. Ninja's not necessarily good. Okay, then we won't take Ninja. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we can equip hoodie, which I assume is a replacement for t-shirt. So everyone gets attack +1. Seems good. There's crafting and there's materials. And so these are just passive bonuses. Seems good. Don't hold what I say as a golden standard. I generally try not to, because at this point I found that you're only right about half the time. When you're right, you're really right, and when you're wrong, you're really wrong. So I believe that's all it wanted us to do. We have no training points. Our recruitment isn't done yet. And we did the equipment, so we proceed with the schedule. And they balance the champions differently between games. I love that. That's absolutely incredibly fun. Now you can use the combination test function. If you use this function, you can simulate the relationship between certain combinations without having to play an actual match. Yo, Buckers! Thank you so much for the subscription. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. That's first non-Prime sub we've had in a bit as well. I really appreciate you being here. Glad you're enjoying the content. So we can test combinations without having to play a match. All right, well, we've got some recruitment that's finished up. Doin B, 11 attack, 12 defense. Looks like you've got fighter and monk experience and some traits here. And the corresponding match increases attack by 2 every time a player kills the enemy. The target of attack randomly changes every 5 seconds. Increase attack speed by 10%. I'm going to assume that we want to pay the deposit here. And then probably send out another recruitment. Maybe we don't, but I'm going to assume that we do. Always happy to support a smaller streamer? No, I really appreciate it. Absolutely. Now just convince everyone else from Mir's and Mer's chat to come on over as well. You will not be able to pay for them? I mean, that sounds like a problem for future Runt. Combination test. Well, so let's go back. Let's look at our squad. Oh, we also can train them. You've got good attack and defense. Honestly, like, learn a new champion, please. Fighter and Monk is just very boring. We were going to do a combination test, so we need to look at our squad. So right now, Team 2 squad, I mean, you're going to get pulled up into Team 1. Currently, Fighter Monk. So what happens if we go, like, Knight Fighter? What does Knight Fighter do? I mean, we just need to see what a test looks like anyways. Oh, and it's you choose both teams. So what does Knight Fighter look like against, I don't know, Swordsman Pyromancer? I just want to see what the start test looks like. This literally just, like, simulates a game behind the scenes. This is... Yeah, Adrian, you're right. This definitely seems right up my alley. Who you calling small? Oh, don't worry. Luffy's just trolling. You'll find out very quickly that Adrian and Luffy are like the long-term followers of the stream, and they're just absolute trolls. Okay, so we don't want to run Knight Fighter against Swordsman Pyro, as it turns out. Cool. Well, why don't we click Proceed? See what happens next. So, more games happened. Sign a sponsorship contract. Oh, we definitely have to sign a sponsorship with Dwitch or Lugitech. Insta Kilogram. This I always love when games do this. Oop. I always love when games do the knockoff stuff. You sure you don't want to sign with Pepkey or a Pineapple? This is fantastic. I assume the Pyro AoEs and you put 2 melee against it. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Long list of candidates for the sponsorship contract. Please decide the sponsor you want to sign the contract with. So each is going to have different terms and conditions, different rewards, which is crafting ingredients and gold. So just a couple examples here. Achieve 302 deaths and below in the regular season. We will check champion stats in just a second. Yeah. Win 2-0 4 times in the regular season. So achieve deaths, win streaks, ranks, prevent a losing streak. And rewards vary between like 940, 1700, bunch of crafting materials. So why don't we go with Dwitch, which is going to give us, we need a death count below 326, and we get some gold and some crafting mats. Seems good. How long have I been doing this for? Did we start this at 6:40? I feel like it hadn't been that long, but it has already been 20 minutes. Okay, so there's our sponsorship. You wanted to see the champion list. So champion information. Are there any champions you want to see in particular? Like Knight, for example, has a taunt skill and increases defense of all allies. Which, I mean, so Knight is a tank, as I expected. Fighter is a tank that specializes in distraction and crowd control. Got Archer, which is hopefully going to be able to kite enemies. Shrine Maiden. There is Shrine Maiden. She was OP in my game, but sucked when I was looking at another streamer play it. I love stats. Always love stats. So ban and pick rate, win rate. I mean, this is fantastic. It's so meta that you're a coach controlling a team who controls champions, which is how it's an autobattler. The patch will likely change everything. I love that there's a patch that shakes up the meta. Oh, those are the actual... Okay. Player Doin B completed mastering a champion. Player recruitment period is over. So we won't be able to play this or pay this person, but there is a recruit there. And add a bunch of new champions that will get added over time. So it's just like real life then. Okay, so another person who is good at Priestess, apparently. Why don't you just, like, I don't know, fighter and attack and defense? Just kind of spread it out. This game seems amazing already. I would agree with that. And if you like checking out new games like this, then you're going to love the stream, because that's, like, a big part of what we do is we check out a bunch of new niche indie games. You know, one of my favorite things is being literally the only person on Twitch streaming a game. When does Darius get released? So we probably are just going to go into another match. But I mean, I would venture to guess that this is pretty much the loop. I want to get through a little bit of this, you know, get through an actual match and just kind of see what the list looks, or what the loop looks like. Is it, I don't want to call it roguelike in nature, but is there the sense of, like, you can finish a campaign in like 20 hours and then do another one, or 10 hours and do another one? Get Doinby on the roster? Oh, absolutely. 6, 7, 7, 6, 8, 5. So Doinby, Fighter, Monk, and Priestess. I mean, you're basically just a better version of Zazal at this point. And then Aiming has a 3-champion pool. Why don't we drop you? Because I feel like Aiming could probably come in on a little more variance. You can. I don't think there's a big point in doing it at the moment. I mean, didn't you say that, like, the champions and stats and stuff can be randomized each time? Alright, so we've submitted our player roster. We can go to the stadium and play against Sandsocks Gaming. Let's just hop on our flatbed. Brilliant. The pixel art is very pretty in this game. You know, we talked about it with Time Break Chronicles, but keep going and the champions will change 50 times this playthrough. I mean, I'm sure this is a game where we'll probably do one playthrough, either on my own time or on stream, and probably never again. Which I think is totally fair. Let's swap in Doinby for quad. I think Doinby and Aiming, 3 champions each, should be fine. Aiming is fired up. So I'm assuming this means that they get like a boost of some kind. And we're playing against Crepo and Daydream. Crepo is pretty solid. That 8-5 could be difficult, but, you know, Doinby coming in here at a 12-12. I think we'll be pretty alright. They generally are better when the arrow points up. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. We want to ban a champion. Well, so we don't want to ban out ourselves. So the strongest one on their side is going to be the Swordsman. Crepo has a level 2 mastery, and Daydream is also comfortable on that champion, so I feel like that's probably a reasonable ban here. And it doesn't ban out anything from us, so they I already read that. So best champion option for us right now would be the Fighter. So maybe if we could pull off Fighter and Shrine Maiden. They're unlikely to pick Fighter, though, so why don't we go for... Or actually, no, Pyro's been banned. So I feel like we should first pick Shrine Maiden and swap it, because if we don't first pick it, there's a possibility that they might pick it up. So I think we'll grab Shrine Maiden first pick, and then we should be able to land Fighter. There we go. So we got our 2 most comfortable champions, and they got 2 champions that they are not comfortable on. So we're going to swap Fighter and Shrine Maiden. And so... Oh, so their champion mastery level gets added to their base attack and defense stats. That's a very simple formula, but definitely seems like it could make a big impact. Yeah, +6 on top of the high base stats of, I think it's 12. Seems pretty good. Up against a 3-6 and an 8-5. We should be in a pretty good spot here. I don't like the inattentive. Yeah, the inattentive seems like it could be a little bit rough, because changing targets a lot is obviously not something you want to do. You definitely want to focus fire. But I mean, Doinby out here going nuts. We're up 3-1. I mean, this should be an easy win based purely off of stats, but I imagine that, you know, team composition and RNG, I mean, it's 3-3 now. I'm sorry, did they have a summon of some kind? Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem right now is they're able to get down into the back line and actually hit aiming pretty good. We're actually going to lose this. Crepo on Ninja, freaking 9 and 5, dude. All right. So as it turns out, stats are not everything, which honestly, that makes me appreciate this game a million times more at this point, is it means that you can't just blindly say, I have bigger stats than you, I win. This loss is probably the best loss we could have possibly gotten to give you a good idea of what to expect from the game. Picking any kind of backline against Ninja is absolutely a death sentence. So basically, don't pick a squishy against an assassin. Makes sense. I mean, you don't want to pick a squishy against an assassin in, you know, real League of Legends either. Oh, what's this all about? Waiting to hear the coach's feedback. What should you say? Be confident and aggressive. Why can't you do as well as you did in practice? What a great thing to say to your team. You'll be open to more opportunities as long as you don't give up. If that's all you've got, just quit already. This is definitely like the type of thing I would say is like, go out there, do your best, don't give up, and you'll be good. He has a map-wide teleport plus attack that one-shots some backliners. Yeah. Oh god, yes, you have to pick the practice one. This team is hopeless. Well, don't say that. So, Quad is now also trending upwards. I think we're going to leave Doinby in there. But yeah, that inattentive ended up being pretty bad, actually. The constant switching was kind of rough. We're going to leave the same two in there, but be a little bit more careful and pick ban phase here. So they banned Swordsman. So you literally just banned your own most comfortable champion. So what other assassins are there? Archer, Fighter, Knight, Monk, Ninja, Priestess, Pyromancer, Shrine Maiden. Oh, it's on the top. Marksman, Warrior, Warrior, Support, Assassin, Support, Mage, Warrior. So if I ban Ninja, will I be safer to do the same team comp as before? Or actually, I could maybe go Monk Shrine Maiden, because Monk has a little bit of healing, right? Yeah, I'll ban Ninja. All right, they chose Fighter, so I will first pick Shrine Maiden again. Or actually, no, they left Pyro open. Take Monk. I'll trust you. I'll take Monk. We'll try to second pick Pyro here. So Archer, Fighter. Should we be fine going Pyro Monk into Archer Fighter? I mean, actually, like, don't completely spoil it, but Pyro is AoE. Oh, so if they don't have two melees, the AoE is not going to be nearly as impactful. Whereas Shrine Maiden would also combo heal with Monk as well. Yeah, why don't we do that? And they're already on their comfort champions, so we'll go with that. And let's see how this goes. We've got the stats on them again, but we'll see how this goes. Monk is getting torn up, but good heals. That target switch, though. Doinby spent so much time trying to chase down the Archer. And then switched right back to the Fighter instead of getting the kill. Man, okay, inattentive is an awful trait, man. That's rough. Okay, got back-to-back kills there. It was a nice double kill, but man, inattentive is real bad. Because Doinby is not actually finishing anyone off. Like there. Only needed one more hit. Okay, there we go. Got Daydream down. Okay, so the thing is, like, the more we play this on stream, the more I want to, like, actually commentate this as an esports commentator. We need to put on a commentator voice, though. And Doinby getting low. Oh, it ended. Okay, we'll do that next time. Although I think we probably got the gist of it, and I likely need to end the looks at video. Actually, did we win? I didn't even pay attention. So we did win. All right, so we're going, because it's a best of 3, right? It's not League EU style where it's just best of 2, ties are okay. We have to do it the American way, and Americans don't like ties. Keep up the good work. At this rate, you should be ashamed even if you win. Let's keep our guard up and finish it off well. It's a shame to lose to that weak team. Definitely, let's keep our guard up and finish it off well. We're tied 1-1. I can't focus because it's too boring. You what, mate? All right. I feel like we could probably leave the same 2 in there. You're only pointing at an angle upwards where aiming is still straight up, so I guess that's better. So yeah, a note to self, inattentive is not a very fantastic trait. All right. Honestly, give me the ninja ban. Inattentive can be good on ranged plus knight, where the ranged character will switch to backline sometimes while the others are focused completely on the knights. I could see that. So they banned out Archer, which is totally fine with me. I feel like Monk versus Fighter. Like, who's doing more damage here? So it's a stun, pursues, and attacks. Levitates. So Monk is a little bit more defensive. I'm going to go with Fighter. All right. On their comfort pick, they got Swordsman. Reduces enemy defense. Moves in a straight line and slashes all enemies in the path. So we don't want to blind pick Pyro into what is possibly going to be not 2 melees. So I feel like we should just take Shrine Maiden and put Daydream on another uncomfortable champ. And I'm already getting into my commentary and analysis on this, so I feel like this is right up my alley. Had we well, so the thing is, had we taken Pyro, they might not have gone 2 melee. So this is going to be rough on Doinb here. 2 frontline is strong to start the game with. Well, let's see what we got. Doinb going in, getting beat up pretty bad there, but Crepo is falling quite low, but Doinb doesn't have any regen. Doinb goes down. Crepo's able to heal through it, but Aiming's got some good damage. Can Aiming get the double kill? Aiming is being chased down by Daydream, not doing any damage to Crepo. Here comes Doinb to come in for the kill. It is tied 2-2. Doinb gets to the double kill, up 3-2 in favor of Team Bonbon. Doinb healing through some damage here. Aiming got a good gate out there, but Aiming has fallen. Doinb is probably going to fall here. Sandsox is able to take a 4-3 lead. Aiming getting beat up pretty good, but a clutch heal keeps them in the game. 4-4 tied. Doinb going in hard on Crepo instead of finishing off Daydream. Is he going to get the kill? Doinb gets the kill on Crepo. He gets the double kill on Daydream. Aiming is able to put down some serious damage. Up 6-5. Aiming goes down. It's tied at 6. We're going into overtime. First kill. Doinb on Daydream. Doinb gets the kill. Team Bonbon is your winner. All right, maybe we don't go that hard in the future. My throat's still a little sore from Saturday. I probably shouldn't have gone quite so hard, but honestly, like, watching the match is pretty pogged. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely hate inattentive on units that are melee. We really should see if we can get them. We really should see if we can get them some mastery on a champion who's ranged. Always go that hard, Runt. It was amazing. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So we got some crafting materials and a little bit of cash. So we are obviously tied for first and also in basically second place or fourth place. So we can check champion stats, provides information on which champions are being used in the competitions currently taking place, win rate, etc. Yeah, why don't we check out the champion statistics, and then we'll probably call the episode there. We definitely are going to be playing more of this for the rest of the stream, though. We'll probably just do one big, 40-ish minute episode. So Monk, Fighter, Swordsman, Melee OP, and Archer, Priestess, Pyro, and Knight need some serious buffs because they're not doing well at all. Priestess with only a 9.1% ban pick rate. That's pretty bad. You hate to see that, but then up here, I mean, Fighter, Swordsman, 100% ban pick rate. Seems pretty good. So yeah, I think that's going to leave things off for the Runt9 Looks At episode. We're going to be staying live here on Twitch, playing probably about another 40 minutes of Teamfight Manager. I can say right out of the gate, this game is absolutely up my alley. I've played a great bit of League of Legends over the years, and I've also watched quite a lot of eSports. So this is a whole lot of fun, and it was fun doing that little bit of commentary for the one match. So definitely expect to see plenty more of this on stream and on YouTube in the future. All of you out there on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more like this in the future, and come check us out live over on twitch.tv/Runt9Plays. But until next time, I'm Runt9, and I will see you later.